I don't know where the heck to start. Hey everyone, it's Aubrey, recovering perfectionist, queen of distraction, and today is a very special day because I'm home alone. Today's video, we are tackling toys. I know that realistically, compared to some kids, my boys really don't have a ton of toys, but I know that what we do have does really need to be reined back, and the organization system that we do have is 100% not working. So one of my stops today was to go to Costco. I got the small snap lid tote. So I have 12 totes to fill. My goal and hope is to only have 8, but I honestly really wasn't quite sure what I was getting myself into. So I wanted to have just an extra set just to be safe. I'd rather go into this process with more supplies than less. I'm not 100% sure how exactly I'm going to go about doing this, but I think the best option is going to be coming at it from like a Marie Kondo angle, where you take all the clothes out of your closet and dresser and put it on your bed so you see everything you have. I think that's what I'm going to do with the toys. I'm going to pull all of the things out of their room, all of the things that we have in storage, and put it all in the living room. I'm excited and terrified. I'm motivated, but also I do think that I'm going to put some motivational decluttering kind of YouTube video on the TV for me. Maybe I'll watch a couple videos from Dawn, the minimal mom. She always gets me kind of hyped up to get rid of stuff. I'm trying to think, do I have any more talking that I need to do? I don't think so. Alrighty, let's get started. But step one before I mess up the living room is to clean the living room. Alrighty, so living room is tidy. This is just all the toy stuff that was already out here. I've been watching one of the videos from Dawn, the minimal mom. This video is called How Decluttering Can Change Your Life, and I feel like it was just the perfect thing to pop up on my screen for this whole scenario. I feel excited, I feel motivated, I feel strong to make some good decisions, but we'll see how that goes, because I know how I am. All right, time to pull out the things. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm not gonna bring out the stuff from Alec's room. That would be far too overwhelming. So this is just everything from Jackson's room. This is just full of books. I want to go through those. I do already see so much that I want to part with. Oh, frick. I forgot about everything in the garage. All right, and these are the totes of things that we had packed up. When was it? It was at the beginning of summer. Jackson and I went through his room and packed up a bunch of toys that we thought would be more appropriate for winter play, which is all of that. I do know a ton of that is not staying though. Okay, I don't know where the heck to start. Okay, these are the totes that I got at Costco. I've got the garbage here, and what I'm going to start with is just the first 4 things that I know we're going to keep. These things are very annoying to clean up, but the boys do absolutely love them. They also love the magnet tiles. I'm sick and tired of this cart though. Alec has started to climb and sit up here, so we're just doing something else. I'm having my first roadblock. You want to hear it? It's silly. I was just looking at this big marble and thinking about how cool it is, and thinking about how when you're a kid and you see something like this and like you see the air bubbles inside, and it's cool and it's different, and I don't want to take away that little everyday magic for my kids. So I think what I'm going to do is any kind of knick-knack stuff that I find like this, I'm going to hide in their sandbox. I think that that's a fun idea. It's not in the house, and then they get to have a little unexpected treasure hunt. This kind of stuff, like miscellaneous cars and animals, these are the things that you step on and it ruins your whole day. I thought it was smelling cat pee, and at some point the cat peed in this, so I guess there's my excuse to get rid of that Hot Wheels tracks that don't have any connectors. Gross. Shame on you, Fergus. Did you get locked in Jackson's room or something? I need to go wash my hands. Okay. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose a variety of vehicles. I think I'm just going to go through it, and I'm thinking 10 for each boy. But we'll see. I kind of want to cry because I know that some of those were my childhood Hot Wheels and some of Josh's childhood Hot Wheels, but like we can't keep all the Hot Wheels. This is enough. I've got some food in my tum-tum. I feel like I'm getting a second wind. I watched some more Minimal Mom. And I think I just need to get some of the stuff that is staying out of this general region because I'm starting to feel overwhelmed. All of Jackson's stuffed animals, I have a pretty good idea of the ones that he is attached to and the ones that just kind of float around. So we just parted with a few small ones, but hey, every little thing makes a difference. Curious George books do you need? Also, how many Berenstain Bear books do you need? I'm pretty sure every time my mom and I went to Kmart when I was a kid, anybody remember Kmart? She would get me a Berenstain Bear book, and here they are. So in this hope chest, this is our coffee table in our living room. It usually ends up getting pushed to the side so the boys can play. This is where we keep our board games and whatnot. But recently, Alec discovered that this opens and all of this fun stuff is in here. And frankly, I'm not particularly enjoying that discovery. So I'm going to go through here, probably part with a couple things, and then instead of having games in here, I'll put these on a shelf in Jackson's room that are higher up and inaccessible to Alec. In their place, I'll have a couple bins of some kind of building thing, maybe the Magnetiles, in here that they can pull out and play with in the living room. this worked out quite well. Like I've mentioned before, the boys do a lot of their playing out in the main living area. I'm fine with it. I think they just want to be graced by my presence. So I left the magnet tiles out here, some blocks that will be new to Alec. I put plastic dinosaurs and any other little random animal in that box, and then Alec's toy train set that my mom got him recently is in there. And then I am keeping this basket of the larger blocks out as well. I think this will be a lot more manageable and less irritating. I'd much more prefer to have 4 categories that are getting pulled out versus several varieties of games. And then that way, this is the area that they're played with, and it's not something that's getting brought from a room that needs to get put back there. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm excited and feeling very hopeful about this situation. Things like this, I literally have no idea where they even come from, but I find them all over the house. I don't buy them for the kids, so who's buying these things for my children? Okay, so at this point, I got most of Jackson's stuff put back in his room. I just found that container of random toys in the laundry room that I had hid away from getting dumped out for the 4,000th time. I've got another pretty similar container of just miscellaneous bits and bobs that I've tossed in there as I dealt with all of this. Obviously, I still need to find a home for the books, and got a car basket out, so I don't know. I know I have one of those kind of baskets in Alec's room that, or maybe that used to be the one that was in Alec's room, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna pull out all the stuff from Alec's room right now. Then that way everything in his room has crossed over with everything that's left out here. I'll have a better idea of what I'm working with. Okay, this is Alec's stuff. I've kind of started sorting through some stuff. There are some Love Every toys that I'm going to try and resell, things that he doesn't really play with anymore, some things that will be donated, some things that need to be thrown away. I do want to sort through all of the books and make decisions regarding those, and hopefully just kind of pare things down. This basket right here is everything that was currently on his shelf, a few random odds and ends that I need to sort through and clear out. I do think that Alec's toys and books will be far easier to navigate, since once he's done with something, he's done with something. There's nobody else that I'm considering using it. While I had all of Alec's toys out, I did do a little bit of toy rotation. This is everything that is getting donated. I have 2 Love Every boxes there that I'm going to try and sell what I am willing to get rid of at this point. I just don't know if I want to continue to hang on to it until I have a complete set. I suppose that would actually probably be the logical option. Just make a point to not open it and mess with the stuff in it until I'm ready to part with what I have. Oh gosh. What I'm going to do now is just go put the things back on his shelf that need to go there. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I did a little bit of swapping around with the Love Every boxes, and instead of using these for storage for any toys that Alec isn't playing with, I'm only using these to store the Love Every toys that we are no longer using that I do want to sell. I decided to just hang on to the boxes until we phase out of the toys so we can just sell them as a complete set. I know they'll sell better that way, and I remember when I was trying to buy some of these sets secondhand, it was so hard to find a complete set, and I know that when I was able to find a complete set, I was willing to pay the money to actually get it. So I know that when it comes time to resell these, I'll be able to part with them quickly. In between all of the Love Every stuff that I decided to stop using and everything that I was able to donate, I was able to eliminate one of these baskets. So when it comes to toy rotation in the future, this is going to be the only basket that I'm going into, and that is going to be such a big deal. I've done a couple videos where I've done toy rotations in Alec's room, and it was me bringing down 2 of these baskets completely full, going through all of these boxes with books and toys, and it's just going to be so much simpler. I am very excited. Oh, this was a lot of work. I'm far from finished, but what I've got done so far is a big milestone. I really wish that I would have gone through all this before I put everything away, because now I'm finding a bunch of things that need to go, like the blocks that are now up in Alec's closet. This stuff is now in Jackson's room. Ugh. This was my brother's hacky sack. And my brother is no longer with us, and I feel like my mom will get mad at me if I get rid of this. Maybe she wants a hacky sack at her house. The boys don't play with it. Grandma's winder-upper toy, and I feel like my dad will get mad at me if I get rid of this. Maybe they want a winder-upper toy at their house. Alrighty, it is the morning. I am pumping. I'm going to sort through all these books. I used to have the books sorted by season, and that really just didn't end up being a rotation system that I stuck to. So I'm going to do paperbacks, hardbacks, and just divvy them up that way. I don't really want to think any more than I have to after last night. Now, wasn't that easy? Look at how simple I just made that for myself. This is where I'm down to like the miscellaneous bits and bobs of things that do get played with, but don't really have a home. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reluctantly cut into this pack. I mean, I guess I did get it to use it. I was just hoping that I wouldn't, but I'm really liking how things are having a lid and how you can see into them. It just feels more efficient and organized than having a lot of baskets. So here we go. So what I want to create is, I guess I'm going to call it a board box. So when, the boys say they're bored, I have a bin full of random trinkets that they can explore. And I feel like I need to keep this box a secret though. So with Jackson's Legos, this is the only area that I really didn't want to have to deal with or figure out how to deal with. So I left all of his Legos that are out in here. He does have 4 of those totes full from past organization. I feel like the Lego territory is my husband's department. So just to make this area a little more tidy, make these a little bit more inaccessible to Alec, who will take these out and dump them, I'm going to put them on one of the higher shelves of the closet so Jackson can still get to them, and Alec has this to play with if he so wishes, but these are going to have a different home. So we're in Alec's room, and I forgot about this, or maybe mentally my brain also just didn't want to deal with the Legos in Alec's room. These are way easier though. I really just am not a fan of this. It probably gets used and abused a little bit more than the structure of it can handle. So since I have a free bin now, I'm going to just dump the Legos. Yes, I know that there's too many Legos here. There's probably enough Legos here for 3 families, but my boys like to build, and the majority of these were mine from when I was a kid, and I know that there were days that my brother and I used every single Lego. So I'm keeping my Legos. Why do I do this to myself? And then with the cars, I think that those are just going to go in one of those clear bins as well. So there is one more bin left, and instead of leaving it empty, I think what I'm going to do is add a small amount of the Legos into this for Alec, and then I'll put whatever is left over in this just up in his shelf, since there is space there from this not being filled with other toys. And if for whatever reason the boys have a project that requires more building material, then we have that easily accessible, but not accessible 24/7, because I do know for a fact that the first thing that Alec will do is dump this entire thing out. Alrighty, so I think we're just gonna close up Project Toy Tackle. There are a few miscellaneous bits and bobs out in the living room that I still have to deal with, but it's really nothing worth documenting. This is everything that is going out of the house. I'm so excited. This stuff right here is just recycle. But I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes full of toy donations. The cart and the drawer thingy, I'm going to see if Jackson's teacher wants those for her classroom. She's kind of limited on storage solutions, so I'm hoping that that will be helpful for her. That little cart thing will probably be floating around the house for another couple months. I've promised it to a friend of ours who has a little one, and he's not quite walking yet, so we're just gonna hang on to that. In the meantime, Alex still plays with it every once in a while. It doesn't feel like much, but it is also such a huge weight off of me to have this taken care of. I was able to free up this tote and this tote, and I think that what I'm going to do with that new availability is these boxes up in Alec's closet. I'm pretty sure are all 3 and 4T clothes. That is going to be the next size for him. And I think I'm going to consolidate into those totes. That will be very helpful. That also leaves me with more boxes for donations. This is so much better than what I had going on. I'm very thankful that I decided to make that transition. And then as far as what's up in his closet, still those 2 baskets and the Love Every boxes. But as far as contents goes, it's been drastically reduced. So while a lot of shifting has happened, there's still things that have gone. And then, all right, we're going to go into Jackson's room. Take a look at what I did here. So in here, instead of a bunch of random shenanigans, it's just his Nerf stuff. And then in that black box, that is where I put all of the Nerf bullets. I'm hoping that Alec will just avoid that. I also put the Nerf bullets in a jar because Alec will bite the tops of them off. So that is that. And then over here, it feels like a lot. It feels like a lot of toys, but this is really everything that Jackson has as far as toys, our games. There is this stuff out in the hope chest, but I do feel a lot better about the quantity that we have now. I feel really good about the organization system. I love these clear totes. And the way I organized this was at the bottom, I did put a game and a couple puzzles that I really don't mind Alec getting into. The books, we'll see how that goes. And then again, keeping things here and on this shelf, Alec friendly. And the higher we get, we've got the Legos and Jackson's perler beads. And then the games and puzzles up there that I really don't want him opening and throwing all over the place. So I'm really hoping that this works out, that we'll be able to keep things more organized, and that because now everything really does have an extremely definite home, it will be so much easier for me to help the boys manage their toys. I remember my mom always telling me when I was a kid, everything has a home, and I feel like that is finally what I've been able to create here for both of the boys. Alrighty, well, I think that is it. I hope you enjoyed tagging along with me for this transformation. What toys are you decluttering as we approach the holiday season? I know I'm not the only one right now who's doing stuff like this. Alrighty, I will see you in the next one. As always, I love you. Have fun and be kind.